Hi, friend. I wanted to share with you a really funny story. I had a younger client come to me earlier this week. He is about 6 years old and he is going into the first grade. And his mom and I have been friends forever. And so she brought him in to see me because he has eczema. And with children, a lot of times allergies and asthma go hand in hand with eczema. And we had some funny stories, and I'll share with you those later in this video. But I wanted to communicate to parents some of the ways that you can help your children minimize the risk for them having eczema breakouts on their skin. And a lot of times it presents a lot differently with children than it does adults. Sometimes they're small little clustered bumps. Sometimes they'll be over an entire limb. And other times they are just little annoyances that you don't really observe or think like they're really that big of a deal, but it's an indicator, as with any type of skin issues, it's an indicator that their digestive system is out of balance. And a lot of times the reason why eczema goes hand in hand with any type of allergies or conditions like asthma is that a lot of times children have breathing treatments. And they have situations where they're taking steroid shots, sometimes steroid inhalers, and they're consuming products that are damaging, even antibiotics. They're damaging to their small little digestive systems. And in many cases, they're still developing all the necessary items and ingredients to have a healthy digestive system as they grow older, especially in the teenage years and adult life. So I wanted to share 3 things that you can do immediately to help affect the skin quality and skin health of your children if they suffer from eczema. The first thing is get some aloe into their diet. Aloe vera juice is cooling and it's very good for healing the entire digestive process. The next thing is look at getting really good high quality probiotics into their diet. And then the third thing is you want to make sure that you minimize their consumption of dairy and highly processed sugars. I know, kids, it's so hard. When you have children and their taste buds tend to be aimed towards sugary foods, it's challenging, but there's some really good alternatives. And I have other videos on those. I hope you'll check those out. But more importantly, what I wanted to share with you is that there are ways that you can control your children's digestive outcome so that you minimize the risk of them having IBS or any type of Crohn's disease or even gluten sensitivities. Their little digestive systems are very sensitive and it's so important that we take care. So that is the information I wanted to share with you today. And one of the funny things is that I impart to you if you're a parent watching this, talk to your children about their bowel movements. I had the funniest conversation with this little guy who came into my office earlier this week. And I think his mom was a little bit taken back by some of his comments. Like he experienced gas and we talked about farting and we talked about his bowel movements and he didn't know what that was. So we talked about his pooing and we talked about frequency and the color and the length. And I was able to educate him in a fun way. But parents, you have to talk to your kids about that. And if your children are constipated and they're only going to the bathroom maybe once every 2 days, that's not healthy. And if you have pets, you know that every time they eat, they basically use the restroom. And we as children and adults, the human body is built the same way. So it's important to start talking to them. I know it's a little bit weird and it's a little uncomfortable, and I have to admit, he made it really fun for me because we talked about some funny things. But do talk to your kids about that and make them aware of their digestive health so that they can be more in tune with their body and the workings of their body. Feel free to ask any questions. I hope you'll comment below. Check out my website as well for additional blog information. And let's connect. Follow my channel. Thanks.